Oh man, here we go again. Akon in the news disrespecting black people. Check this out.
I feel at a time now, a lot of young people they don't know how to perform live anymore because, like you said, everything's on socials and you just go on live and you all your following just are just happy to see you on live now because they don't want to go out anymore either. So to see someone so young with such good stage presence, I was blown away by him.
But he's African.
Yeah,
We a little different when it
yeah,
comes to
yeah,
stage
yeah,
presence.
yeah,
Now
yeah,
in
yeah.
America, oh yeah, them niggas gonna be wobbling, pants hanging half down, bored as hell, half to sleep because they high as hell on
Right, yeah,
stage.
yeah, yeah.
Man, Akon needs to learn to stop speaking on us black Americans. He's so disrespectful, and this isn't his first time. He has a history of disrespecting black Americans, talking about we're lazy and we need to get over slavery. It's ridiculous. And if you research his story, his background, he was born in America because his dad wanted him to take advantage of American citizenship. Before he started making music, when he first made Locked Up, his album was a flop until he got a black American by the name of Styles P to get on his record and change the whole song and make it his number one hit. The number one hit that he's known for today is Locked Up, and it only took off because of Styles P. He's disrespectful to the same people who are responsible for him being a success.
Well, let's talk about your background for a second. So, well, you were born in what, St. Louis?
St. Louis, Missouri.
But then you went back to Senegal
Yep,
as a kid.
Senegal,
So
yep.
from what age to what age?
Oh, straight right after birth. My dad made sure we was all born in the U.S.
Aha.
So we wouldn't have no immigration problems coming back. Right after birth, he sent us back. And then when we went to school to a point where we kind of was be able to comprehend and understand what was going on, he would ship us back home to the U.S., finish school here, and then every summer we would go back, to Senegal for vacation.
So here he is admitting that his dad made sure that he was born in America so that he wouldn't have any issues with immigration. His dad knew that he would have a better chance at having a successful life if he was born in America and could reap the benefits of the civil rights that black Americans fought for. Yet, at every turn, he finds the opportunity to talk down on black Americans. This is an issue that's very common and is very popular to talk about these days, the dual allegiances of many of these African tethers. Now, all Africans who come to America aren't tethers, but it's the ones who come here, take advantage of the things black Americans built, and then disrespect black Americans to our faces. And what makes Akon's situation so bad is that he was a failure until he literally received black Americans' assistance by way of Styles P to blow up his music. If he was in Senegal making his music, he would have never been the Akon that gets mad love from people all over the world today. Check out this video of him admitting it himself.
No, but see, the beginning, it wasn't going nowhere. No one thought the record was gonna go.
Right.
It took a whole year before radio even picked it up. Like
Right,
a whole
okay.
year just marketing, promoting. I mean, it was like I definitely didn't see success in my future. I was already making my contingency plan B to
What was your contingency?
figure it out.
What was your contingency plan B?
Go back to what I know
Oh,
best.
right,
Just
right.
go back to the hustle and figure it out.
Right,
It
right.
was like, but then right before that threshold hit, I got a call from a friend of mine who knew Styles P,
Right,
who
okay.
was actually locked up at the time.
Right.
And I remember reaching out to every rapper trying to get a feature. Nobody wouldn't do it because they felt like the song just wasn't hip hop enough for them. And Styles was like, man, I'll rock with this record, man. They play it in the jail because they used to have little mixtapes and radios around. He was like, man, this record's my favorite record. And he didn't even charge me to get on the song. He actually
Mad.
featured on it for free, and it was his voice on that record that changed everything. Like he made it a hip hop record.
Right, okay.
Because he started from the top of the song, locked up. And
Yeah,
they won't
yeah,
let me
yeah,
out.
yeah,
It was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
woo!
Yeah.
It just changed. It changed everything. It made even the song change, and that's what made me say, man, I need to do more songs with hip hop guys.
Right, okay.
So that's why I was featuring with so many hip hop artists to the point where they started, categorizing me hip hop.
Because do you
But
know
I was
what is
never
so?
hip hop.
Do you know what's so mad? Now that you're talking to me, it's like, yeah, I've always seen you as, obviously you're a singer, but it is mad that your packaging
Right,
feels
it's
hip hop.
hip-hop.
Yeah, no, but now you're saying this to me, it's like, right, actually, yeah, this makes.
So, in his own words, he's saying that Styles P got on the record and saved his number one song because nobody else was appreciating it or even liked it before Styles P came on and changed the whole song. So really his success is due to a black American, first of all. Second of all, after he made Locked Up with Styles P, he deliberately decided to make more music with hip hop artists because he knew he had to get cosigns. He had to cloak himself in the blackness, in the black American culture of hip hop. So by identifying and making music with more hip hop artists, he received the cosign and he received the popularity off of the strength of the black American culture. But then at the very next opportunity, as soon as he goes and does an interview, he's talking about how lazy and unproductive and useless black Americans are. He even disrespected Styles P because Styles P didn't charge him a dime to get on that song. Styles P didn't charge him a dime. He said he did the feature for free. And then Akon goes and gives that number one song, Locked Up, to a known snitch who disrespects Chicago and disrespects black Americans right along with him. Did you see that song he did with 6ix9ine? Check this out.
Thinking about the things that I did, got me thinking like, why the fuck I did that? Got me wishing that I could take it all back, fighting with these demons, barely even eating, barely even sleeping. Then she got me tweaking, fighting with my lawyers for a better offer. Just wanna see my daughter, cause I'm locked up, they won't let me. I'm locked up, they won't let me out. Never thought I'd be caught up in these streets. Yeah, locked up, they won't let me out. No, they won't let me out.
So here he is giving his number one song, a song that was successful only due to a real brother, Styles P, getting on the track and making it a hot song. He gives it to a known snitch that the black community does not rock with. Now, why would he do that? This goes back to the idea of dual allegiances. Even though 6ix9ine is Hispanic and Akon is a black African, they have an affinity for each other because they're both immigrants. So Akon, it's easier for Akon to identify with immigrant snitch than it is to identify with his black American brothers who supported him and made him a success around the world.
First of all, imagine believing that you can never draw that many people out.
Right, yeah.
The only people that used to draw people out at that time was politicians during elections. I was a rapper from so-called America, well, considered a rapper, even though I never rapped, but they, in their mind, oh, it's hip hop. You know how it is in Africa, right?
Yeah.
So it was crazy when the politicians were looking at me like their peer. That's when I was like, okay, this is serious. This is definitely bigger than me.
So I'm kind of torn here because I used to like Akon. I like his music. I like him as an artist, but he has a long history of disrespecting black Americans. Even in this last clip, he's saying, oh, I was from so-called America, because he's trying to distance himself from America when he's talking to foreigners. I think he's in the UK during this interview. When he's in Africa, he's bigging up Africa. And there's nothing wrong with bigging up your Africa or your home country. That's fine. You should take pride in where you come from. But when you're taking pride in where you come from, you shouldn't disrespect or talk down on the people who made you, on the people who you took advantage of in order to get to where you are. Akon's taking yet another loss, and I can't rock with him anymore. So outside of Locked Up, the original version, Akon for me is canceled.
They don't care about our communities. You know what I mean? Listen to the words that people say in their lyrics and tell me if that's some real if that's real to you. You know what I mean? Listen to what they saying. Don't just bob your head to the beat. Peep the game and listen to what I'm saying and hold us accountable for it.